Here we are on Clothesline, the show where we wring them clean, string them up and put them to dry on the clothesline. Every family has its designated video and photo wala to record family functions like shadi, mundan, barat, mata ki chauki, birthday, grah pravesh, etc., etc. When you get richer, then you get professional crews as your video walas, and when you're really, really rich, like Subrata Roy, you get Rajkumar Santoshi to make your son's wedding video. But only when you get Ambani rich, you get a full production and broadcast solution. Who? CNN-IBN. On the 25th of October, CNN-IBN showed just how well it serves public interest.
We're taking you live to Mumbai ahead of the inauguration of the Sir H.N. Reliance Foundation Hospital.
Ooh, wait a minute. This is live coverage of the inauguration of a Reliance Foundation-owned hospital on a Reliance Industries-owned channel. A 2-hour program and not even a 10-second disclaimer or full disclosure. But the good thing of having your own channel is that you don't have to upload your Gharelu event videos on Facebook and YouTube and then share it. Just broadcast live.
The Prime Minister, of course, expected to speak at around 5 o'clock this evening.
Okay, so Modi is there and his speeches are always on TV. So let's see what he had to say.
As we bring you visuals from that event in Mumbai, the Prime Minister expected to arrive within the hour.
Wait a minute. If he isn't there yet, then what makes this so newsworthy?
Some of Mumbai's best and brightest and some of, in fact, the biggest names in India are at that inauguration ceremony today. Nita Ambani accompanied by Aishwarya Rai, Amitabh Bachchan.
And just so we weren't confused that it wasn't news, CNN-IBN also did this.
Let's tell you a little more about the hospital itself. It's furnished with state-of-the-art operation theatres, and for the first time in India, it has collaborations with America's most renowned institutes. The hospital has also applied for a green status, which will make it India's largest green hospital.
Is this a news report or a press release? See, there's a difference between the sort of advertising you get when you pay for it and when you pay for it. So while other channels were discussing black money or government formation in Delhi, CNN-IBN gave us this. Oh, really, CNN-IBN? Could this be any less newsy?
Today, this state-of-the-art 19-story tower is a 345-bed, multi-specialty tertiary care hospital with 6 thrust areas.
Oh, they finally cut to commercials.
Madhu, it's still the same program.
Oh, well, fortunately for us, Modi eventually did show up. Unfortunately for us, we had to sit through Nita Ambani's speech first.
एक ऐसा भारत जो शक्तिशाली है और we have wholeheartedly embraced Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. As a part of this exemplary campaign, we have adopted our hospital's neighborhood, and we promise that we will keep it truly Swachh forever.
Dekho Anil Bhai, you clean a street corner for Swachh Bharat, we'll adopt the entire neighborhood. You thought you were Modi's favorite because he asked you to be part of Swachh Bharat on Twitter. Who's his favorite Ambani now? Beat that. Finally, it was time for Modi to speak. Bahut saras, kya speech thi.
हम गणेश जी की पूजा करते हैं. कोई तो प्लास्टिक सर्जन होगा उस जमाने में जिसने मनुष्य के शरीर पर हाथी का सर रख करके प्लास्टिक सर्जरी की प्रारंभ किया होगा.
On that note, I'd like to remind you of this, a textbook by Dinanath Batra published by the Gujarat State School Textbook Board that carries a message from Modi himself. This book includes facts about India's culture and history, like the existence of stem cell use in the Mahabharata and cars in the Vedas. Any of you wondering what effect facts like these have when they're part of a school's curriculum? Here's your answer, and not one surgeon there challenged this. Not one. Now you know why a news organization should not be beholden to anyone. When the government pays, government interest is served. When Reliance pays, Reliance interest is served. But when the public pays, public interest is served. The current model for funding news is the advertising funded model, and it's killing journalism. Advertisers make news more affordable. but at what cost?
Did you know that a magazine of international repute now appraises its journalists not just on their merit journalistically, but on their attractiveness to advertisers? Sign of the times.
And native advertising, where ads are passed off as news, is fairly common, while the real news is blacked out under corporate or sponsor pressure.
News can't be free of this if no one's willing to pay for it. The solution is simple.
When the public pays for news, news serves public interest.
So support News Laundry and help us make news a public service again.
Then there's the issue of government formation in Delhi. The Aam Aadmi Party claims that the BJP are trying to form government by dishonest means, and attempting to prove something similar on the news hour was Ashish Khaitan.
If your camera person can zero in, I will show you some evidence. This is a letter we wrote to the Chief Election Commissioner. This is the correspondence between Aam Aadmi Party and Election Commission. We found fake vote registered in the name of
You've written a complaint, but name your source, come on.
Family members.
You're a politician now, you
Family
can't...
members.
Hard documented evidence in the form of your own letter to the Election Commission. Damning stuff. Oh, sorry. I've just received a message on my phone. I have documented hard evidence that proves that Clothesline is the #1 satire show in all of India. And News Laundry's viewership is greater than all our competitors. Prove it? The evidence is in the form of correspondence between News Laundry and me. Number one. Hard evidence aside, the debate was so hotly contested that Arnab had to resort to killing the audio of 2 out of his 3 guests.
How in order to cover up for governance deficit, you and the BJP had promised 50%
inflation has come down.
The political orientation and liking of each and every voter of Delhi, is that a possibility? And if that is a possibility, then God save our democracy.
Much better. We just have one question for Arnab. Why don't you do this all the time? In fact, Arnab had the perfect opportunity when he had the ever-eloquent Subramaniam Swamy and the ever-polite Ramdev Surjewala on the news hour.
You are suffering from verbal diarrhea. The man is suffering from verbal diarrhea.
Well, you're suffering from loose motions. What can I do about it? You go and take medication.
You got verbal diarrhea. If you have broken the law, you have to face the law.
1 second. Up
and
to
don't
a point.
be mad.
No.
We know both. We all know you are a mad fellow.
Yeah, we know you are suffering from verbal diarrhea.
And you're suffering from loose motions.
Talk about crap news. What sort of shit is this? Television is going down the toilet. Just dump anything on the viewer, huh? Might as well call it khaskhas ki. Arnab, you could have muted them too. Why didn't you? The nation wants to know. Okay. While we're on the topic of toilet humor, Jujhar Singh of NewsX was in Shirdi, and the #1 thing on his mind was...
In any important town or city, especially important pilgrimage places, there should be public toilets. But I can't see one over here. Therefore, people are urinating all over the place. It may be very wrong, but what are they supposed to do?
But that didn't stop Jujhar from doing this.
Then there's the common assumption that you can pull down your pants wherever you like as well. One man here, another man there.
आपका क्या नाम है?
उत्तम रोकड़े।
आप कहाँ से आए हैं?
डिंडोरी से आए।
अच्छा, नासिक के पास।
नासिक के पास।
अच्छा, ऐसे बताइए, ये धार्मिक स्थल है और यहाँ क्या कर रहे थे आप दीवार के साथ?
What do you think he's doing, Jujhar? वो भी दीवार के साथ. You just told us that people have no other option, and now you're heckling strangers relieving themselves. Stop pissing people off. We know there's a lot of jockeying and confusion about who will be chief minister in the 2 states where the BJP won, but at least get the candidate in the state right, NewsX.
For ever since Narendra Modi has become Prime Minister, he's actually announced 3 chief ministers. One has been Anandiben Patel in Gujarat to replace him. There's Manohar Lal Khattar in Haryana, and Devendra Fadnavis is all set to become the face of Haryana, the Haryana Chief Minister.
That must come as a rude surprise to current Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar, though it probably left Nitin Gadkari smiling. Still, if NewsX got Devendra Fadnavis' state wrong, Z24 TAS did this. Some think there aren't enough days in the week. We think there aren't enough in the weekend. And then there's Z24 Tas, who just added a day to the month. Ironically, their slogan translates to a step ahead, thanks to alert viewer Swapnil for that spot. Then there was the case of Azita Raji, who was appointed America's ambassador to Sweden. And no sooner did she get appointed than Indian news houses were falling over themselves, celebrating her Indian heritage. Just one problem. She's Iranian American. So is this pride jihad? Indo-Pak relations have been anything but good over the last few months. But Indians should be worried now that Pakistan has found a new weapon.
कश्मीर, पूरा कश्मीर, पाकिस्तान का कश्मीर, लवेंगे।
लंदन में बिलावल भुट्टो पर फेंके गए टमाटर, अंडे और पानी की बोतल। कश्मीर को लेकर पाकिस्तान समर्थकों के मार्च में बिलावल की मौजूदगी का विरोध।
Okay. We almost died laughing too. But luckily we've had a lot of practice with him.
अच्छा, आखिरी बात, यहाँ पे लोकल कैंडिडेट है हमारे 6 हैं, ऊपर आ रहे हैं या अभी उनसे मैं मिलूंगा। 6 कैंडिडेट है, वो आपके लिए लड़ाई लड़ते हैं, सबके सब नाम लड़ाई लड़ते हैं। कहाँ हैं उनके नाम?
But forget that. Aaj Tak informed us there is a much scarier weapon.
पाकिस्तानी नीलोफर और हिंदुस्तान में आफत। जी हाँ.
It's not as if they don't get a bad enough rap as it is with terrorism. Now we blame them for the weather. Still, if there's one place where Pakistanis get attacked without fail, it's the news hour. Everyone on these Indo-Pak debates on the news hour needs to lighten up. We said lighten up, not light up. We'd call the censor board in, but if they haven't already censored the news hour, then this isn't going to change that. Then there's the matter of bringing black money back to the country. A 2013 report by Global Financial Integrity states that $84.93 billion was sent overseas illicitly from India in 2011 alone. A figure so astronomical, it's enough to fund over 1,000 Mangalyaan missions. So naturally, there's been a huge noise about bringing the black money back. Before the Lok Sabha elections, the BJP promised this.
भाइयों बहनों, मैंने ठान के रखी है, अगर आप मुझे आशीर्वाद देंगे, मौका देंगे, मैं पाई वापस लाऊंगा।
कोई ऐसा प्रयास नहीं होगा जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार नहीं करेगी इस देश में काला धन को समाप्त करने के लिए।
और बीजेपी के अध्यक्ष राजनाथ सिंह ने दावा किया है कि केंद्र में उनकी सरकार बनने के बाद 100 दिन के अंदर अंदर विदेशों में जमा काला धन वापस ले आएंगे।
But instead of a wave of black money flowing in after 150 days, we got this.
The government has submitted names of 3 persons suspected of holding bank accounts in Switzerland. Names of the owner of the Goa-based mining company Radha Timblu and a Rajkot-based bullion trader Pankaj Chimanlal Lodhia.
Still, 3 is better than none. And after countless debates on black money, Arnab couldn't wait to get his hands on one of those named. And when he finally got Pankaj Lodhia in the hot seat, watch what happened.
Since when do you have a foreign bank account, Mr. Lodhia?
Any Swiss foreign... हेलो जी नहीं
आप पर इनकम टैक्स रेड हुए थे? You have donated 51,000 rupees to the BJP. Is this true?
See, that... No. There is no.
You don't have a foreign bank account? You have one or not?
Yes, no.
You have not making sense to me right now, Mr. Lodhia. We'll follow up the story. We'll follow it up. We'll investigate this whole case and we'll try and find out whether you have that account or not. Thank you very much.
For the first time, yes, it was Arnab who got frustrated so much that he abandoned the interview. Mr. Lodhia, your greatest achievement is not having earned crores or making it to the list of Swiss bank account holdees. Your greatest achievement is making Arnab back off. Then there was Baba Ramdev, the BJP mascot for the fight against black money, who finally broke his silence on the issue on Z News and showed us that maybe he should have kept quiet after all.
मोदी जी के नेतृत्व, उनकी नीयत और उनकी निष्ठा पर हमें कोई शक नहीं है। और जेटली जी देश के मुख्यमंत्री जी हैं।
Yeah. How did he become the mascot of this campaign against black money anyway? Since the BJP couldn't keep its promise of bringing back black money or even releasing the names, their spokesperson decided to do the next best thing on NDTV's Left, Right and Centre.
This government wants no corruption. This government wants to undo all that has been done previously, and I promise you on your channel that we will do whatever we had promised.
So you promised to keep your promise. That's promising. But what if you don't keep that promise, Mr. Patra? Please come better armed than that on debates. On CNN-IBN, we got an interview with the ageless, timeless, wrinkleless Rekha.
What is the image of Rekha?
Diva.
No, diva means someone who throws tantrums and who is such a brat, who thinks no end of herself, who is, all the time so full of herself, which is so not me.
No, you're not full of yourself at all.
I'm basically an introvert, and I like to spend more time with nature and with myself. I don't announce. You must realize one thing, Rajiv, that I'm not just an actor. I have so many other facets to me. I prefer the word sensuous.
Okay.
I prefer the word real. I like to be called natural, and I'd like to be called humane. I'd like to be called lovely.
Sure.
Splendid, intriguing, not mysterious. Oh my God, this is me, because for the first time I saw me.
To ageless and timeless, can we add graceless and tactless?
Madhu, people say you're really clever.
I'd rather be called brilliant.
Madhu, people say real bitch.
Bitch, no. I'd rather be called badi kutte cheez hai.
People say you're full of insight and wisdom.
Insight and no. I'm not full of insight and wisdom. I'm just God. Chalo, futo Nico. In any case, you're known as a Noxalite.
No. I don't like to be called Noxalite. I like to be called Aptar.
I think Rekha was the most real in her first interview with Simi Garewal.
I can't do it for more than 2 months, the maximum. You're lucky. You're lucky you can do it for 2 months. I can't do it for more than 2 days.
Less real in her second interview with Simi Garewal.
You've lived many lives in this one life. There are many Rekhas. But today when you look at yourself, can you see anything of little Bhanu Rekha?
Yeah, I am. I will be always Bhanu Rekha.
And in her interview with Rajiv Masand, she was an artist of the artifice.
I've been a bit of a shy person, and I'd like to spend more time with nature and with myself, and mostly looking at the bees and the birds and the sky and the clouds, and also talking to my pets.
But we have to forgive Rekha anything and everything because of her sheer raw talent. Look at this clip. Notice how she tilts her head just 2 degrees when she says the word masti. Now see her breath as a sigh in her dance, which communicates. Just see what it communicates. It's superb. We also had our caption contest, and this week's winner is Arjun Rao. Congratulations, Arjun. Keep the submissions coming. Remember to participate in our next caption contest to get your name on the next episode of Clothesline. As a parting shot, there was this.
How did Arnab Goswami scoop the Rahul interview? Read my book.
Rajdeep, you need Arnab to sell your book. I thought Arnab bas Clothesline ki dukaan chalata tha. Well, that's a wrap for the week. If you saw any moments from journalism that made you go, oh wow or oh crap, write into us or tweet to us. Subscribe to our newsletter and support our I Pay to Keep News Free campaign. We are the change. You are the change, for better or worse. Never do nothing. Stay connected. Stay online.